Champions League is back! And that only means one thing. The Champions League draw is happening tomorrow, 5 p.m. CET. We are predicting which teams are going to end in which groups. Now, I said we, there is no Thogdad, but we have a very special guest. Bring him in, it's Amro!
Theo.
How are we doing, my friend?
Happy to be with you today.
Now, before we do anything, you had something you were going to say.
You haven't hit 10,000 likes in a while,
Yeah.
so let's make it this one.
You want to hit 10,000 likes?
Yeah.
Lucky Amro gets 10,000 likes.
Let's do it.
What a legend. Can I say that you were smashed it with the FIFA commentary. You work for BN Sports as well, so we're bringing you on for ball knowledge. Now, you know historically which teams end up in which groups with from the balls and the pots. Pot 1, Pot 2, Pot 3, Pot 4 are now on the screen. Very excited. Some great teams in Pot 4. Newcastle in there, Red Star Belgrade back, but we're going to get straight into it. Give me your Group A.
My Group A is going to be a fun one. Feyenoord will be top of the group, and they will have an English team. United will be there, an English manager with Rangers, and Union Berlin.
Wow, a lot of English links there.
Yep.
Feyenoord against Ajax old coach Ten Hag. What a group and a match that would be,
And
right?
a lot of players facing each other.
You mentioned Union Berlin,
Yeah,
back in the
Malaysia,
Champions League. How will they do playing at Hertha Berlin Stadium?
I think they will be the underdogs of this group, so let's watch them.
Decent, but my Group A is very different. I've gone with Napoli to face RB Leipzig and Shakhtar with Celtic. Now, you know the Ukrainian club always gets Celtic at the Champions League group stage. Same happened last year. Napoli got a German club in Frankfurt. They're not qualified. I think they'll get Leipzig. Very interesting. Do you agree that that could happen?
It's a fun group. I see Napoli qualifying, and I think it's up for grabs for the rest of them.
Talk to me about your Group B.
My Group B is going to be my group of death. I see Mbappe making the trip to Madrid, finally. But to face them,
What a game that would be. Who else is in there?
Paris, Madrid, Braga, and Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yes.
So
I think it's gonna
Mbappe
be a
links
group of
with Madrid. Mbappe links with Newcastle, and he plays them all in your group of death. That would be a carnage of a tournament.
True.
My Group B is Man City. Now, yes, I mentioned my group of death because it's not going to be easy this time for once. They're going to get Real Madrid, AC Milan from Pot 3. How are they in Pot 3? And Galatasaray.
We watched Galatasaray yesterday.
We did.
Together. Yeah.
They beat Mulder, and they were clinical. Mulder nearly caused an upset.
Yeah.
But the
It was
goal
fun
was
to watch.
disallowed by VAR, but they have an amazing fan base. Everybody stands there. Istanbul is never an easy place to go. Of course, Man City are still favourites. Real Madrid will have a great chance, but if this group was to happen, I would love it, because I don't think Man City will be gifted again.
My Group C will have Benfica.
Yes.
It will have Atletico Madrid. It will have Copenhagen if they make it tonight.
Yes.
And Lens. So Lens is my favorite team in this group because I watched them a lot last season. They had lost Fofana, they lost Openda, but they replaced them with Iliwahi. They need time to find their dynamics and chemistry together, and it will be fun to watch in this group.
Great fan base as well. My Group C, Feyenoord, Dortmund, Braga and Lens. And I sent this to Dortmund Oliver. We all know him from the vlogs, and he said, if this happens, I owe you so many beers from Germany. I'm going to bring them wherever we go, and I'll get you an away block ticket to Lens, because I really want to go to that stadium, by the way. Carnage. This would be a group where Dortmund could top it. Feyenoord are in with a great chance. They're looking strong after winning the Dutch League last year. Lens are a bit, as you said, a surprise package, but we've both mentioned them in Group C. What an interesting outcome this would be.
Group D, and it's going to happen again. And
What?
It's going to be Bayern,
Yes.
Arsenal.
No.
I see it
Harry
happening.
Kane against
I'm gonna
Arsenal.
See it happening. I see Harry Kane coming to London again, and I think he will score against Arsenal.
Who else is in your group?
It has Salzburg and Real Sociedad, Odegaard to play against his old mates,
Nice.
and also Tierney to play against his old mates.
If he's allowed to. It's a loan
is it
deal.
allowed?
We
Should
don't
ask?
know. We'll let the comments decide if Tierney is allowed to play against Arsenal. You're an Arsenal fan. Do you think Harry Kane's going to score against your club?
Sadly, yes. I think Harry Kane scoring against Arsenal in Champions League, it's going to be sad to watch, but I think it's fair to see it happening during group stage. I'd rather have him in group stage than round of 16, so it's still going to be fun to watch.
Tuchel back to England. Let's see if I predict that as well. I'm going to talk about my Group D first. It's very different to yours. We've got Sevilla, the Europa League winners. We've got Porto, lovely city, great football club. RB Salzburg, what a team. And from Pot 4, Newcastle. I've thrown them in at this point. They are probably favourites coming into this group, even though they're in the fourth pot.
Yeah.
So they're meant to not be, but they come in with such a strong team. If they do have the players fit, when the matches come, I generally think they could top this group. Sevilla without Bono, and of course Salzburg consistently sell on their best players.
Sure.
And Porto, they're going to struggle. The Geordies will have some incredible away days, and it would just be a mad group. A lot of people saying they're going to face Barcelona or PSG. You said they face PSG.
I have him in a group of death.
I think they'll get easier opponents, and they're going to have a great trip and actually qualify for the playoffs.
So we go to my Group E. My Group E will have the champions, Manchester City. I would disagree with you. I think they will still have a fairly easy group. They will have Inter Milan, Red Star from Belgrade, and they will have Young Boys. It's a fun group because there is a good, there's going to be a big fight for the Europa League spot.
I go to Red Star games as an English fan, so to see them come to Man City would be a great game. Inter this year, no Lukaku, but for some Inter fans that's beneficial. They've still got Lautaro Martinez, which is important, and Young Boys, I can see them just getting straight out. I don't think they'll be able to compete.
I think it's easy 1-2 for them.
I've got Young Boys in my Group E as well, but with Benfica, Atletico seem to always get a Portuguese team, usually being Porto, but this time I think it'll be Benfica, and Rangers. They're playing PSV. I reckon Rangers will do it. No matter who goes to Ibrox, it's rocking, it's difficult. It's hard to get a result there, so fair play to anyone that does it.
My Group F is really straightforward with you. Barcelona, Leipzig, Lazio, and Celtic. I love it, and I see Leipzig topping this group.
That's arguably your group of death. With your group of death.
Yeah, because three teams are very close to each other on paper, but I think Leipzig is miles ahead.
Leipzig just won the cup against Bayern Munich. All these teams can turn up in big games. What do you think Celtic will be like? Because amazing atmosphere, but do you think they have the players?
I don't think they have the squad depth that will carry them in Europe against
and they've started
these
this year.
teams.
In the Scottish League, they've had a few upsets as well. It's all about the big days. Group F is carnage for me. Bayern Munich. Now, you put them with Arsenal. I've put them with Manchester United from pot 2. Now, of course, the English clubs can't face each other. So Bayern actually have a much better chance of facing an English club because they're all in pot 2. With Copenhagen as well and Real Sociedad. Tierney facing an English club. We've got Kane facing an English club. This group would be amazing to watch. And Copenhagen, underrated fan base as well. That away end would be carnage.
We move to Group G. For me, Group G would have Napoli, Porto, Italian and Portuguese also again find each other in the same group a lot. And they will have Shakhtar, they play in Poland.
Yes.
And they will have Antwerp, who haven't qualified yet, but I think they are the favorites to qualify.
My Group G includes PSG, Inter Milano, Internazionale, Red Star Belgrade back in there, and Union Berlin. Red Star Union, the battle of the red. The great fan bases. This is what Champions League nights are all about. But of course, PSG, a very different team. I'm interested to see how they do. Mbappe's basically accepted that he's going to be there another year and he's going to give it everything. It's pretty obvious that Paris and Inter would be first and second, but Union Berlin, after they beat Fiorentina 5-0, they could be the secret package of this Champions League tournament.
My Group H will have Sevilla, Dortmund, Milan, and Galatasaray.
Very underrated group.
Very
could
strong
go anyway.
Group, very close teams to each other in terms of quality, in terms of football, and very fun for the fans and the away fans who are going to be traveling. I think Dortmund should qualify, but I'm not convinced with Dortmund in the leagues in Bundesliga so far. It's up for grabs to anyone, including Galatasaray.
Well, they scored a last-minute winner in one of their first weeks. We've seen AC Milan sign Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, assisting each other, creating. That's going to be a new gel, a new team, but obviously no Tonali. Yeah, it could go anyway. Group H for me, Barcelona. You know I haven't mentioned them yet. I haven't mentioned Arsenal, so that'll be a great. You always get Barca, come on. And then it's Lazio and Antwerp, but Antwerp need to beat AEK Athens at home tonight. They probably will, but what a game that would be if the Greeks were to face Lazio at the Champions League.
That's going to be very fun to watch.
That's our groups. Thogdad's groups are on the screen now, and also got Bayern and Arsenal. He thinks Kane is facing Arsenal, mate.
Yeah, I agree with him. I put him there together. I think
some,
it's going to happen.
Yeah, he's got some carnage groups, by the way. I don't even know what Thogdad's thinking. Comment down below who is the most likely to get them right. But also let me know 2 clubs that you know are going to end up together. Doesn't matter if they're pot 1 to 4. You know these 2 clubs always end up together and they're going to do it again.
And remember, 10,000 likes.
We haven't hit that in a while. If Lucky Armo was able to do it, it would be carnage. Mate, it's been a pleasure to debut you on the channel. Amazing.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you for watching. We've got to get back to playing for Pyramids FC Pro Contracts. Watch the video right here. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.